Now at 4:30, the latest developments from Venezuela after a pair of devastating earthquakes hit last night. Officials say at least 188 people are dead and more than 1,500 are hurt in these 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude quakes.
Sadly, that death toll is expected to rise, and the search for survivors beneath the rubble is continuing right now. At least 200 people were trapped underneath buildings, and complicating those search efforts, another 4.4 magnitude quake hit a little bit further away from the epicenter. It's not clear if this was an aftershock or its own event. And many families here in Chicago have been glued to TV and the internet to find out about their loved ones.
Charlie Wojciechowski live in our newsroom with more on that Chicago-Venezuelan connection. Charlie.
55,000 people of Venezuelan descent here in the Chicago area, as you said, paying a lot of attention to the internet, a lot of attention to TV, and also a lot of information they're trying to gather on how they can help. Ivana Suarez is taping a poster at the door of the Rica Arepa restaurant in the city's Hermosa neighborhood. Her family is still in Puerto Cabello, one of the areas hardest hit by the twin Venezuelan earthquakes Wednesday.
Mi familia, pues, sí, le pegó bastante.
My family, well, they were heavily affected by the earthquake, she says. They are okay, but Suarez says she knows people who have lost their homes. The Principe Lara Hospital, she says, is full of people with no medication or drugs.
I do have a couple of co-workers that are directly impacted. Their family members that suffer from the earthquake. Their homes have been damaged to some extent.
Valeria Ucategui's family is also safe, but she says everyone in this restaurant is touched in some way by the Venezuelan quakes.
We're actually a very vulnerable community. Like, everyone in Venezuela has always had to face some kind of struggle. So with this earthquake, it's more like like it's a suffering for everyone at the same time.
The Venezuelan earthquakes were also felt in the capital of Caracas, in the city of Valencia, about an hour away, where Dr. Ana Gil Garcia's sister and niece live.
My niece's building is fractured in two pieces, in two parts, and there were 14 floors.
Now Dr. Gil Garcia's organization, the Illinois Venezuelan Alliance, is busy trying to organize relief efforts that can send much-needed drugs and money into the hardest-hit areas.
I think the type of humanitarian aid that we will be receiving is going to have to be immediately, because we don't have the infrastructure right now, because everything was destroyed in Venezuela in these 28 years of dictatorship.
The Rica Arepa restaurant will be one of the places where the donations can be dropped off. Now, Dr. Gil Garcia tells us she's also planning to reach out to President Trump about that temporary protective status, the executive order that he signed that took it away from Venezuelans. She says they really need that now because they have nowhere else to go. Live in the newsroom, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Charlie.